Hello, everybody. We're back on a Thursday night. Super excited to be here with you guys. Let's see here. Oh, let's see here. Invitation sent. Here we go. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Let me get my camera up and running here.
All right. Waiting for hello. Hey. Waiting for Rhonda to
Hi.
join the chat here. She'll be here shortly, hopefully. How are you? There she is. Boom.
I'm doing pretty good.
Send her the invitation.
Sending out invites for people.
Heck yeah. And there she is. I see her.
Yes.
There she is.
There we go.
Here's my partner in crime.
That's
Hi.
right.
What's up?
Hi.
Ooh,
Rhonda.
hold on there.
It's Mandy, Rhonda. How are you? Welcome to the show, everybody. Man, so if you saw the show on Tuesday, I told you about the stuffed animal that I got for RJ for Easter. Yeah, with a little extra gift, a little extra something here, and just so I'm not, right here. There it is. There it is. The little Hello Kitty butthole here. So it is true.
Funny. That's funny.
It's like, why do they feel the need to put this thing on
Oh my
a
God.
stuffed animal for kids? And it's like, I was like, you know what this doll needs? It's got the ears, it's got the hat, it needs a butthole. That's exactly what a kid's toy needs.
Yep.
Oh man.
Don't they do stuff like that to entertain the adults that pay for
Probably. Yeah. Because we're the only ones who would actually notice that.
Right. Exactly.
Oh man, so how have you been, Mandy? What's been going on?
I'm doing really good. Went through a rough patch, but I've made it through. So
Yeah, you've been through a lot since the last time we chatted, which was, I don't know, a few years ago.
yeah.
And since we probably have some people who don't know who you are or don't know your experiences in the paranormal, and we can talk about your personal stuff if you want, but can you tell us about like how you got started in the paranormal? Like what put you on the path to where you are now?
I actually grew up in a home that had paranormal activity, and my grandma's house had poltergeist activity. So everything that I kind of started with was in between those two homes. So it kind of started there. And then the activity was pretty scary at my grandma's place. Everybody that's ever been there is terrified of it. My son actually lives there now by himself. So,
Oh God.
Oh wow.
yeah.
So by poltergeist, was it just like doors slamming, cabinets opening, or was it more physical?
No,
like
it was
pushing you and
everything
things like
like
that? Okay.
the number one thing that I remember the most was it was me and my mom, my grandma, and my aunt. We were sitting around the kitchen table, and I was looking through a Sears catalog. Yes, I just dated myself on that one.
I mean, I watched. Yeah, I used to love those things.
Yep.
I was looking through the Sears catalog, and my mom was sitting there having conversations, and it was summertime, and there was a bouquet of roses sitting in the middle of the kitchen table. And there was this beautiful little rose. It was in a little petal, had the green leaves wrapped around it, all tight and pretty. And my mom's like, "Are you seeing this?" And everybody's kind of looking at her, and then we kind of followed her gaze over to that bouquet, and we literally watched that rose go from a petal right out, bloom, and right before our eyes started to wilt and die, and then dropped off and onto the table. And all of us were just like, my mom's like, oh, okay, I think it's time to go home now.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we're done.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
And that's just the one of many things that took place in that house.
So when you were a kid experiencing this stuff, what was going through your mind?
I didn't understand it at first. It was kind of confusing for me. I was like, not really. I was really young when some of that stuff happened, and I wasn't really sure what to think of it or how to handle any of that. So then my mom was like, well, this is what it is. And she kind of explained everything. And then it kind of opened a door in my mind almost, because from that point on, the paranormal activity was everywhere. Every home I've ever lived in, like the one I am currently in, is haunted. So
You think that's because you're more aware of it having been in your grandmother's house, or do you think some of the spirits are following you?
oh, I don't think it's the same spirits.
Okay.
Definitely different forms of activity that I experience. Here in this house, we have heard my dad. My dad was a cowboy. He used to wear boots with spurs all the time, and he would drag his heel and the spurs would spin. And we'd hear, you could hear that growing up. We remember, me and my sister both remember hearing that. And here at this house, we have heard it numerous times.
Yeah.
Do you
drag
think
of the boot and the spin of the spurs?
Yeah. And that's pretty cool, knowing that your dad is still there, watching over you.
Yeah, it's a comforting feel. There are other things in this house too that are kind of spooky, but it, yeah, it's
He
nice
stops
knowing he's
asking.
here.
He's asking for trouble. I like that name. That's cool.
I like that too.
Yeah. So, could you tell me like the first time the first EVP you ever captured? Like what the circumstances?
We were actually
You, Wendy.
at the Velisca Axe Murder House when I got the first major EVP that I like shook me, and it was a little kid's voice saying, I'm right beside you," was pretty much what it said. "I'm right beside you." And we were like, what?
That's crazy, especially there.
Yeah. And it was
With that
clearly a
history.
little girl's voice.
Man, in case you're wondering where she was, she's right beside you.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I think the question that was asked was, is there anybody here? And then this little girl's voice that says, "I'm right beside you."
I'm right here.
Well,
what are you talking about? Okay.
And it had that tone to it, like,
Yeah.
duh, I'm
Hello,
right here.
I'm here.
Right.
God. Man. So, you grew up in a haunted house, and what made you decide to be like, okay, I want to take this and go into ghost hunting?
I actually started doing graphics for Taps Para magazine. And then when I started doing that and getting to know some of the team members and stuff, that's when I really started to dig into the paranormal field. And I was like, okay, I really want to learn more. I want to go on investigations. I want to dive into this. I want to know what's on the other side. And that kind of triggered it for me.
When you were,
Incredible.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that's just incredible.
Yeah.
It was really, you're like, you'd already had experiences, but you're doing a job. You know what I mean? And then you're like, oh, this is really something I'm interested in.
Yeah, I was just doing graphics, and then it was just like something in my brain just said, hey, you need to dig deeper. So I did. I just started investigating and started my own team and got a bunch of friends together, and we just kind of went from there.
Did you take from your experiences you had as a kid when you were investigating?
A little bit, yeah. I tried to approach it with, these were people, be respectful, that kind of thing. And which I've noticed a lot of people fail to do. They kind of go in there with the wrong attitude. But yeah, I've always kind of used that, and I try not to get scared.
I mean, it's tough because if someone jumps out at you and you're not expecting it, you're gonna get scared.
Oh yeah. And I've been in places like the Conjuring House. I've been everywhere, and it never fails. Something somewhere is going to give you a jump scare. If it's
Mhm.
not one of the ghosts, it's one of your team members. So
That is true. That is true.
Yeah, especially when you investigate with someone like Dennis, because he'll sneak up on you
Yes,
any chance he gets,
he's
for
definitely
sure.
gotten us before.
So, I know you went through some stuff, and like I said, we can talk about it if you want. But I was wondering, when you were dealing with what you were dealing with, did you notice any of the paranormal activity increasing around you?
yeah, the stuff that I went through, it started when I was 11 years old.
Hmm.
So at 11 years old, I had noticed that there was a lot of activity starting to really kick up in our home. And it seemed like every time an incident happened, paranormal would follow. And it kind of came like a yin and yang thing that happened in my life. And it was just a vicious cycle from there.
It's interesting. So it was almost like the spirit activity was feeding off the emotions of what was going on in the present.
Yes. I often say that I didn't have monsters under my bed. I had a monster that walked the hall, but I think I had monsters under my bed too.
They were all over the place.
Yeah. Yes.
Did you notice anything like did happening more when you were, going through personal stuff like because sometimes when girls have their time, it happens more. Do you notice that happening or
I
just random stuff?
I didn't really notice it then. Of course, I didn't notice much of anything at that point. I was in
That's
my
true.
moods. So
That's right. Because you're probably avoiding you, like, oh shit, it's her time. I'm gonna.
probably because most
That's right.
everybody did.
We'll haunt you later, okay? You're fine.
Yeah. Oh, we're
Beware
gonna
of
give her
her.
some
That's right.
space.
That's right. Mm, wow. So I know what what prompted you because you're writing a book. What
Hmm.
what prompted you to write your book? What's it called?
It is called The Mosaic Mask, and it is my therapy book. Um, Obviously, once you read it, you're going to realize how much I suffered through from the age of 11 till just recently, actually. And there, there was a lot of stuff. And so I decided I was going to write a book because I'd tried everything else at healing. I'd tried everything. And then I found out that as soon as I could put the words to paper and hope that maybe it went to somebody else and could help them, that's when I started to realize that, okay, this is my healing book. This is my therapy. This is what I needed to do in order for me to drop my mask and heal. So that's what I started doing.
Did you feel a sense of relief when you started writing the words down?
I did. I did. It's been hard. There's been a lot of tears shed writing this book. So it's not an easy read. It's a
Hmm.
definite hard read just as much, but there's a lot to learn from what's in that book for not just people who have been the victim, but also for people who are the ones that follow, the ones that are trying to help heal the people who were shattered. So
It sounds like, and you could probably agree with or disagree with me, Rhonda, on this, that she was like by doing this, that she was doing some shadow work.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Like and that's the emotional part is the seeing the things that were because when you dive that deep, you see what others have done, but you also see the dark things within you that
mhm.
could have either allowed that to happen unintentionally or were your reaction to some of those things. And that's not easy. It is not for the faint of heart at
No,
all.
and the whole thing was, like I said, I wanted people to come at it from a different form of knowledge. It's not often that the victims speak up. It's not often that the victims say, "Hey, this is what it's like to be behind the mask." That mask that every victim learns to wear. the one that smiles for everybody around you when they're shattering behind it. So it gives people that point of view to be able to sit back and say, okay, this is what goes on behind closed doors. This is, if you see it, say something.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of times people they don't think they have it in them to make the change that they need to make to, they see themselves as, okay, I'm in this situation, there's no way for me to get out of it. And you were in a situation for a while, and you're a living example of, hey, I can make the change I need personally to be where I want to be.
Well, that's like growing up, I'd always had this mass infatuation with mosaic artwork. And the reason for the title of the book was because of the mask that everybody wears. And the terms that my grandma always used to tell me was there was beauty in the breaking. You have to let that mask fall. You have to let it shatter. And then you can pick it up and create something more beautiful from that. From all those shards of glass, all the broken, shattered pieces can create something extremely beautiful on the other side.
Yeah,
I think
that's
mask
beautiful.
I was gonna say that mask. I don't think people realize how good people are at masking things. Like I've been through things, and some of the funny thing is I had a dear friend who actually was she was a therapist counselor, and I actually joined one of her group sessions. And when I finally came clean, she's like, "I've known you for 5 years. I never saw any evidence of this." I was like, "Did you fake it to me?" She said, "You scare me at how good you were at hiding what was going on." And I was
You
like,
have
"But
to be.
don't we
When
all?
you're
Don't we
living in
all?"
those situations, you don't
Yeah.
get a choice. Your mask is your survival.
Yes.
So that's what it becomes.
Mm. Wow, and like you said, there's so many people who are doing the same thing, and you watch these videos of like on TikTok where this girl's like dancing around and having a good time, and then you see a week later she was dead or something, like,
Mm-hmm.
where it's like people act a certain way because they think that this is how I need to act around people, and they don't want to bring other people down. So they'll be like, okay, I need to be this way around people when I come home.
Well,
I
and
can deal with my
some of that
problems
is
then.
fear of going home to the person that's abusing you as well.
Hmm.
If you let that mask fall and you let somebody see, you're bringing him to the forefront or her to the
Yes.
forefront. And that brings attention to them, and they don't like that.
Yes. And it's also that just even when you're going through it, there's a deep part of you that knows this is not your fault and that you shouldn't be going through this. And so there's that little bit of embarrassment that you're allowing this. But even though you're not really
Yes.
allowing it, but you don't know how to get out of it. So then you're
Yeah.
dealing with that portion too of like you're just embarrassed altogether. And then there's also that some part of you that hopes they're going to change and you don't want everybody to think terribly of them. You know what I mean?
Yes.
If something
And
totally
the sad
switches.
part of it all is usually the person that's the abuser, they're never going to change.
No.
For too long they got away with it, and for too long they're in a habit now. They're it usually gets worse. It doesn't hardly ever get better. And the reason I wrote this book was because if I could come out on the other side, so can other people. And if I can just help one person realize that they don't have to be that, and they don't have to live in that image anymore and hide behind that mask, then that's what this book is for.
How hard was it to really put yourself out there and, like, for the world to see this is a good and a bad? How hard was it to do that?
It's extremely hard. It's scary. It's a very scary thought to think that people are going to know my story now. And, people, but I also know I'm not alone. There's people out there who have survived it, and there's people out there who are still going through it. So I'm not alone in that. And they need to realize that too. They're not alone. There's no reason for it to define me and make me be ashamed of it. I shouldn't be ashamed of it. I didn't choose it. So they don't choose it. They can't let it define them either.
Correct.
What do you say to someone who is going through this, but again, they fear the backlash from the person or the people, or whatever, but they're scared of the backlash? What kind of encouragement would you give someone who's dealing with something like that?
There's help out there. There's good people out there. Choose your people and choose them carefully. Surround yourself by people who care, who genuinely care, and then reach out. There's help out there, and you don't have to hide. Come forward. You shouldn't be the one that's ashamed. The person that's doing it to you should. And it's scary. That first step is terrifying. But there's beauty in the breaking, so let it fall.
Are you happier?
I am. Yeah, it has its moments. I'm still working through it. My last chapter of this book will not be until me and my daughter finally make our move. And then it will go to publishing. I have editors and everything already and publishers writing. It's just I've got to get my last chapter, and my last chapter will be us finally making that move. So,
and where are you moving to?
Yeah, New Orleans.
There you go.
Nice.
I mean,
so
going from Rhode Island to New Orleans.
And Rhode Island, Washington, then to New Orleans.
Oh yeah, a little stop off in Washington. I forgot about that. I was like, when we were talking earlier, you said 6 o'clock. I was like, really? I was like, I forgot. For some reason, your boyfriend's in Wisconsin. I was thinking you were in Wisconsin.
Somebody I care about, yes.
Yeah. That's why I was like, it's not 3 hours, but okay. Washington is 3 hours behind us. Washington State, it's definitely 3 hours behind us. So, wow. I mean, I'm so proud that, you're making this change, and, doing this for yourself and, finally happy,
It's taken a while, and I didn't, for a long time, I didn't think I was ever going to come out on the other side. But I finally broke through, and, I have somebody in my life who's my best friend in the whole entire world. And if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be here. But I was that dark, that deep down into the darkness there for a while. But I surrounded myself with really amazing people. And my crew down there, my Gen X crew are down there in the basement.
Oh, yeah.
Here to support too. So I surrounded myself with amazing people. I have great friends.
Shout out to the Gen X crew. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight.
Represent Gen X.
Hell yeah. I think we're all Gen Xers here for sure.
Yes, we are. So, I mean, I know that one of the hardest steps is just that first step out. What do you feel like you've struggled with after that the most?
It's funny to say, because the beatings from the abuse, those heal. The bruises heal. The breaks heal. It's the emotional and the mental is like a chip put into your brain that reprograms the way that you look at the world and the way that you view people. And getting rid of all of that reprogramming has been the hardest part of everything. It's kind of, it's the steps that you don't want to take. It's facing the things that was done and then realizing that it's not your fault, like they program you to think it is. So that's the hardest part, is letting the mental and the emotional part of it go, because I still catch myself doubting things and doubting people. And I'm like, no, you got to stop. They're not them, that group of people. You've surrounded yourself by good people. And it's hard to come back from that kind of programming.
Well, yeah, it's that program. Have you found things now that you're out of the situation come up that you had totally forgotten happened? Like you almost totally blocked it out?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. A lot of
Yeah.
stuff.
Like I've had
And
that where something comes up and I'm like, shit, that did happen.
yeah,
Or
and
somebody will tell me something will
I still
happen.
have panic attacks. I still have emotional breakdowns, and it's not been easy. So,
I think a lot of times people they have a hard time believing that they're good enough, and even without going through what you went through. And I think that for you or anybody who's gone through that, you know, what you've been through, constantly being put down, it's got to be twice as hard to bring yourself back up. Because, you know, people are always hard on themselves regardless, but to have to deal with,
we are our own worst critics.
yeah,
So, I mean,
yeah.
and then when you put that on top of it, it just adds more to it. The hardest part has been realizing that I'm not all the things that they tried to make me think that I was. It's like learning to walk all over again. It really is.
Let's talk about how hard it was for you to figure out, and you're probably, like many people, still in this process, but of
Oh,
figuring
yes.
out who you actually are outside of all of that. Like who are you really? Like what, you know what I mean? Let's talk about how hard that's been.
It's been a challenge. My best friend, he's been with me every step of this way, and he has picked me up when I've stumbled and fell. And, you know, the one thing he says is, he goes, I'm seeing you bloom into this amazing person. And he goes, this is not the person that I met. This is more magnificent. This is more beautiful to see. And that that's nice. And there, you know, I didn't realize that I could write the way that I could. I always knew I had a knack for it, but I never thought that I would write something that would be able to help somebody else. And this is just my first book. My next books are nothing like this. They're going to be anything like this. They're going to
Mhm.
be more along the fiction side of stories, but this is my therapy, and this is my way of being able to say, enough's enough. It's time I told my story.
Do you feel
I have to
you're
really shed that in order to move forward. So,
yeah, well, you've got to get past this, and this is a good way to get past what you're dealing with. Um, to move on to bigger and better things, and you can once you get this thing, you put it behind you, and then move on, and like your friend boyfriend said, bloom to the person you're meant to be, like a
yeah, I'm getting there.
metamorphosis.
It's
I'm getting
hard.
there.
Like
And,
you
you know, I have a podcast coming up. So I'm doing things that I normally would have never really done. And I'm putting myself out there, and I feel lighter. And that's what I can really just say is I'm not carrying that load on my shoulders and on my back anymore. It was like a backpack of rocks, and it's finally just letting it go and saying, I'm not going to let it define me. I am going to achieve great things, and I'm going to do great things. So,
And you have your dad there with you. That's
oh
he's making it known on
yeah.
purpose to because
Oh
he could
yeah.
probably be more quiet if he wanted to, but he wants you to know that he is there with
yeah.
you and you're not alone.
Yeah, and my sister's upstairs, you know, she's been through this as well. It's the family curse, I think. All the women in the family have been through this, and it's a generational curse, and
Oh
it's time that
wow.
it stopped. So
Yeah,
I
it's time
refuse
to
to let
stop
my
for
daughter go
everyone.
through that. So
Man, wow. So let's talk about your podcast you have
Yeah.
coming up. Tell us about what's it going to be about. What's going on with that?
it is actually called Talking to Stars, and I'm Stars. Hi, but it's called Talking to Stars, and it's going to be. I have guests coming on. Who my first guest is actually a YouTuber, so I've got a little bit of everything. I will have everything from bands to stand-up comedians to YouTubers, everything. And they can come on, it's kind of an outlet. They can come on, they can get the word out there about their music, about their talents, whatever it is that they want to do. And it's their turn to shine. So
I did not want to sign up.
Hey, come on, it's going to be a good time.
We love to come on. Yeah.
We love to come on.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. What made you decide to do a podcast? This is part of your healing process?
A little bit, yeah. And I wanted, when I opened the door and realized that I can do things that will help people. I love helping people. I am a good person, and I absolutely love doing things for people that I care about. And I decided, I was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to open up this podcast, and I'm going to bring people on, and I'm going to not only just have people as guests, I'm going to let the people below ask the questions. I'm going to let them choose the questions that get to be asked. And then at the end, closer to the end, like 10, 15 minutes, whoever's the most interactive in the podcast down below, they'll get to come up and they get to set with whoever I have on there. And it can be anything from, band members or whole bands or whatever to movie stars. Because the sky's the limits, and
I've heard some of the guests you're having on the show.
So
right, and that's the thing. I think people are so afraid to ask. You never know who will say yes if you just ask.
Yeah,
exactly. And I've got some pretty good guests. I've got 40 guests lined up already, so we're on a roll already, and it's going to get ready to move forward, and it's going to be a fun ride. So I hope everybody tunes in to go, because it's going to be a blast.
When's your?
I am not sure yet if I'm going to do my first podcast while we're still here, or if I'm going to wait till I'm in New Orleans and that be just the start of everything.
Fresh start.
Yes.
Yeah. That does kind of make sense. To start everything anew down there, unless you really want to get started, which I don't blame you, because I know the guests you're having on.
Like, maybe the timing would be best if I did it there, so that I'm in a brighter, happier situation in my life.
Yeah. If anybody has any questions, talking about the chat asking questions, anybody have any questions down in the chat, go ahead and ask. We would love to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I'm not ready.
Maybe.
No, I'm excited for you. This is I would love to watch that. I love watching people's podcasts.
It's fun. I love. It's going to be, yeah. And I think
I watch more video podcasts now than I even do TV. It's crazy.
Me too.
Yeah. I like it because it's more personal. Like this here, it's more personal. You get to know somebody on a different kind of level than just seeing them on TV or seeing them in a video or, in a little clip. You can actually interact and get to know the
Kevin.
people.
She's very interesting. Yes, she is.
She is.
Man.
But I have a question while nobody else. But how do you even begin to write a book? Did you just start putting pen to paper? How did that process even begin?
With this book, I just kind of sat down and I started at the beginning. I literally went back. I had to go and relive the stuff that I went through for this book. And that was hard. That's where all the tears came from. There was a lot of tears shed writing this book. And there was a lot of trauma that I had to relive. And that's when I realized that there was things that I forgot about, because I was like, wait a minute, this happened too. So then I'd have to go back and rewrite it again.
Were there times you just had to pause for a couple weeks and just process whatever had come up and say, okay, I'm ready to go back now?
I hit it pretty hard for a while. And then there reached a time when I was like, okay, I need to just take a few days and not think about it at all. I need to think on something else. And my best friend, that's where he comes in. He's like, listen, we're just going to watch movies. We're going to chill. We're going to hang out. and it helps. It works. Like I said, I've surrounded myself with amazing people lately. And
I think
from
that's
these guys down below to,
right?
you know.
That is one of the best things you can do. And that's hard too, coming out of situations like that, is to even be open and vulnerable enough to let anyone in, be it a friend, be it anything. That's a huge step in itself.
Yeah, my bestie, he's the only one that has heard every single chapter as it's being wrote. As it comes back from the editors, he gets to hear everything. And he's like, this is my favorite book. He's like, when do I get to hear the next chapter?
Very cool.
Do you think you would be where you are today mentally if you had gone a different route or didn't write the book? Just dealing with stuff on your own? Still dealing with stuff, but not putting it out there.
Yeah, I think I would have been a little bit different though. This is my awakening. This is me, blooming. The way that I always kind of go back to, the one thought that always comes to my mind is, everything beautiful and magnificent in the world that grows, like trees and flowers and stuff, they all start as a single seed, all by themselves, buried deep in the dark soil. It's not until they hit the surface and the sun shines on them that they begin to grow into something beautiful and amazing. And that's how I have to look at it, is I finally reached the surface and now I can start to bloom.
And you need water and encouragement to get to that point. And once you get to that point, and the sun will come out, and then you bloom. But you need that encouragement. You have to encourage yourself to get through the dirt, to rise up and get to the point where the sun can hit you.
Yep. And, there's a lot of things, like my grandma with there's beauty in the breaking. Mm-hmm. Mosaic art is some of the most amazing thing to me. But how did it get that way? It shattered first. Yeah. So I shattered. So now I'm just piecing it all back together. And I still have little pieces of my mask still hanging on. And when I get there to New Orleans, that's when I'm just going to let it all just drop, all of it.
That's what I was going to say to what Ryan's point was. It's like you're digging yourself out towards the sun, but there are things that happen along that way that make you want to crawl back down for a little while. And then you
it's hard. It's a struggle.
Again. Yeah.
And if I can say anything, it's to the people that follow, the ones that try to heal the people that they didn't break. Like my bestie and stuff, that, there's something to be said about people who are like that. And it takes a strong person. So my advice to them is to be patient, be loving, be gentle, be caring, because it's not an easy path to heal from all of this. So when that person comes through on the other side, you're going to have this amazing masterpiece, and it'll happen. You just got to be patient and help it.
Yeah, be patient with yourself.
Yeah.
And forgive yourself.
That's the hardest thing. That's the hardest thing, because you always feel like you should be a step ahead of where you're at.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Always.
It kind of goes with what we were talking about on the show on Tuesday, the card you drew.
Oh, where it's like,
be careful with, be patient with yourself. You're not always going to be happy. You're not always going to be, this ball of sunshine. It's okay to be upset. Right. It's okay to be angry.
Oh, yeah.
But also,
and take it day by day, by day, because it changes. Yeah.
And it's funny because in my book, I don't put names on anybody. I have not given anybody names because, number one, it's pretty personal anyways. Mm-hmm. And it was told from a different aspect of the story, but I didn't give them names. They took code names like the Great Shadow, the Beast, things like that, because you know what? They don't deserve to have their names. They don't deserve that recognition. And that's what I want people to take from this is, these people have worked through surviving. When you're surviving, it's better to be angry for a little while. It's okay to be mad at the people who put you there.
Yeah.
They kind of deserve it.
That is true. That is true.
Have you done any investigating lately?
I have not, but I am going to New Orleans, so I mean, hello.
I mean, you kind of have to. It's kind of like a prerequisite.
Right.
If you go down there, you have to investigate the paranormal.
Right. I have no choice. I'm going to.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I would come down there like, hey, we're going investigating.
Yeah, I would be.
Yeah, come on down. We'll go.
New Orleans trip. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Everybody, come on. Let's go.
Road trip.
I'm good for that.
Come down during Mardi Gras, throw some beads at people, have a good time, have a hurricane.
That's a whole different party.
That's what I need to pick you up out of the puddles. There you go.
There you go.
I'll be like, have you learned nothing?
I am too old. If I went down there and tried to drink, I'd spend half the time in the bathroom.
Yep.
Like after one beer, I'd be like, okay, I'd break the seal and then I'd just be done. And that's my younger days. Younger Ryan would have had a blast. Old Ryan would be like, okay, let's go find the old house and go talk to dead people.
Ryan would be the only one in New Orleans going to the early bird special to get his dinner.
Yeah, Denny's around here. I need my breakfast. I have to go watch Jeopardy at 7:00 and go to bed.
Oh.
Man. So, what's your top 3 favorite paranormal locations?
The Pendleton Underground in Pendleton, Oregon is probably my number 1.
Ooh, I've never heard of that.
It's really good. That's where the bordellos were. That's where all of the saloons, during the Prohibition and everything. That's where all that was at. Was underground.
Was it actually underground? Underground.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a whole town underneath Pendleton. There's a whole town under there. And
was it built on top? They just kind of built up, like.
Yeah, it's literally tunnels, and then inside these tunnels were saloons, and then it was hollowed out, and this is where the bordellos were and all that stuff. And that's my number 1. The Villisca Axe Murder House was a really good one. And even though I didn't get very much activity at it, I really like the story that fell behind the Conjuring House. And I don't mean the ghost stories. The history of the land was amazing.
Wow.
So,
what are your thoughts on what's going on with the Conjuring House?
I plead the fifth. I think that it definitely didn't need to belong to her, but I think that I don't know. I think it needs peace. That's what I think.
It's so sad.
Leave it alone.
What's been going on with it? What kind of stuff did you get in the underground in Oregon? What kind of evidence did you capture out there?
We had stuff that sounded like people were shuffling cards. We heard boots and spurs. We heard what sounded like moaning.
I mean,
we were like, well, all right then. Hi. Sorry, I'll go this way.
That's right. I need to bother you.
Yeah, my bad.
That's right. I'll just close the door behind me. Okay, let's go. You have fun. What pisses you off about the paranormal?
The competition. It's not a competition. It's not who can get the best evidence. It's not who can get on a show. It's about the people who have passed before and letting them tell their stories. And I hate the fact that it's turned into this big competition of who can do what better and who can get the best evidence. None of that should matter.
to me, good evidence is the luck of the draw. You just happen to be at the right place at the right time. It's nobody is better than anyone else.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter. You can have the simplest tools to use and still get something. So it's not about who has the better equipment or who can get on a show or who's going to do what. It's about letting them tell their story.
Yep.
Yeah, I never got that. People feel like they feel superior when they get good evidence. It's like, you didn't do anything. All you did was push record. It's
and
not.
It happened.
Yeah, your questions wasn't any better. I mean, if you ask a question, hey, what's your name, and you hear, it's not even. It's I don't understand it. Sometimes I think it goes to people's heads.
Oh yeah,
it does.
Oh yeah.
And there's too much backstabbing. There's too much hate. There's too much distrust. And that's not what it's supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about unity and learning about the other side and letting the people from the other side tell their stories. That's what it's supposed to be about. So the backstabbing, it's like kindergarten. Somebody broke your crayon. So it's like...
I think the problem is there's only so much like space or time, especially people who do videos for YouTube and stuff like that. There's only so much time in the day for people to watch other people's content. There's so much out there that it almost does become a competition, because if you're putting stuff out there, like teams like record themselves for paranormal investigations, they want you to watch their stuff and not the other people's stuff.
And I know
once you get into that mindset,
we had a YouTube
tough.
channel for paranormal, so I mean, I know what the competition was, and it just ended up not being worth it in the end. It's not what it should have been about. It was fun, but it shouldn't have been about that. So we just stopped, and we just stopped cold, and we're like, nope, we're done.
Because even if you get people to watch, like the platform itself, like the YouTube channel, is not to just pick on YouTube. It's really, even the one we're on now, they put so many things out there that have to happen. Like this many people watch, this many people before you even get seen. If the person doesn't know to go look for you, you know what I mean? So so you get why they do what they do, but then it makes it really look bad for those of us who are just out there trying to get answers.
It stops being fun after a while. When you've got to go through so many hoops to get to a point where you're even starting to make any money, and it's a lot of work. Like when we had Luna and Nolan on, they had their channel, and they did a lot of work, a lot of production, and nobody was watching it.
Yeah.
It's like, well, why am I doing all this stuff, putting it out there, and nobody's watching?
Yeah,
it's frustrating for me. When I put stuff out on the show and stuff like that, I'm not getting as many views as I'd like, but luckily for me, I don't care. It'd be cool if we do get a lot of views, but for me, I just enjoy it. I'm not doing it because I want to get a bunch of views. Honestly, I probably really overthink it too much. I feel like, oh God, people are actually watching the show. I might get nervous, but it's all the mentality. I think a lot of people, it stops being fun, and it becomes like, okay, I've got to get this. I've got to, yeah.
It is. It's a lot of work. What people don't realize too is when you're putting videos together for the paranormal, you're at these investigations, and it is not fun. It is boring 90% of the time, and you're sitting there for, let's say you do an 8-hour investigation. For every piece of equipment, that's like 8 hours you have to listen to. So you double that, triple that, depending on how many things you've got out there. If you've got cameras going, you have to watch them. It's a lot of work. And in the end, it's just like not fun anymore. It's like, this is too much work. And I don't want to do this.
and you think about all the other teams who are doing the exact same thing that you're doing and putting it out there, and then you spend hours, I mean hours upon hours watching film, analyzing evidence to make sure, you put the best product out there. Yes, doing all that stuff, and then you get like 20 views or something like that, and you're like,
or you get no evidence at all. That's the real kicker. It's like,
oh shit, man. Yeah, god damn it.
I got nothing.
It's when you're in the moment and you're with your team and you're sitting there, nothing's happening, but y'all are having a great time. Like, we're having fun. But then you got to go watch it 8 more times of nothing happening.
Nobody the best evidence is the blooper reels at the end that you put out there.
Right. There would be some of those good ones with our team, that's for sure.
Ours too. Yeah. As a matter of fact, our videos on YouTube, if you scroll all the way to the end, there's blooper reels.
And that's the best part. That's the best part right there. That's the camaraderie, coming together, experiencing this stuff together, even more than actually getting evidence. Is just having fun with your friends.
Oh yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
But God, it was fun.
Evidence is great. I love it. I don't want to go and just not get anything, but it's the whole experience is what it's about. But I still get super excited when I get when I'm at the cabin. I get something. I'm like, oh my god,
to go there, and I want to.
I mean,
it's a question. I didn't ask this question. So, how did you two meet?
Through Rhode Island Paranormal. When I was in Rhode Island, I've been on his show a couple times.
She's old school.
I figured you had been to the cabin or something. That's cool.
She was one of my original guests back in the day. So we've known each other for quite a while.
Long time, yeah.
Yes.
Because we were living on Harrison. That was at least 8 years ago, or 9 years ago now. So yeah.
Time flies. We started the show 2014. And I think you were probably either my second or third year that we
I think it was 2016, 2017.
Yeah. But, okay. So 10 years.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's cool. Yep. That just shows you, like, that's the one cool thing about podcasting is the people you meet. And then you continue, like, even though you go years and never meet them in person, but they become friends.
Yeah. And that's cool. Like, we can always, like, call on each other if we need to chat or
Yeah.
And,
like, I got an empty slot. You want it?
Sure. Come on. Hey. I gotta fill in and come on, join us. And you did, so there you go.
Here I am.
We'd love to have you ready to have you back on the regular show.
This has been fun,
yeah. For sure.
Definitely.
So when you're about to go, let's say you're about to go on an investigation, what kind of music are you jamming to?
Rock, usually.
How about you, Rhonda? What kind of music are you jamming to?
Same rock, metal, totally Gen X here. So there's some hair metal going on. There's some classic rock. There's all of that happening.
And Justin down there, I listen to his band all the time. So.
Oh, shout out to his band. What's his band's name?
Static Affliction.
Static Affliction, guys, go check out Static Affliction.
I'm gonna go check them out.
Oh yeah, we'll put them in on our music show sometime.
There you go. Yeah, they would love that. They're totally awesome. Great guys.
Is have a band on our music show. We could do that one night.
That'd be awesome. We had a band.
Yeah, one.
Yeah.
He's down there.
Oh yeah, Justin.
Heck yeah, Justin.
That'd be awesome. We do a show once a month called the Freakin Awesome Playlist, and we talk about our favorite songs. We'll pick a topic like this time.
So cool.
Yeah, if you talk to a band, that'd be awesome.
They're amazing. They've got talent and they're going to go somewhere. So yeah, for sure, get them on your show.
We could do that, talk to them, and then pick a topic, and we all just pick a song and see what they pick. That would be freaking cool.
Oh yeah, see to get from a band's perspective, they could join
Yes.
it.
Yes.
We have to make it maybe do a longer show.
Yeah.
But that would be awesome.
That'd be cool.
See,
they're great guys. You guys would really enjoy them.
We had needed to have you on the show. This
yeah,
awesome.
yeah, we're spitballing here. We're doing show prep here. You were there. We have to make Mandy come on too. Speaking of a big music show. Okay, what's your favorite snack during investigation?
Candy. Anything chocolate.
Chocolate.
Yeah, me too. Chocolate. Although I used to eat pixie sticks a lot. I don't really eat them. I don't know how you do with pixie sticks. Put them in your mouth, like. I guess it's to swallow them, which sounds dirty, but it's okay. We're talking about stuffed animal buttholes at the beginning of the show, and then at the end we're talking about swallowing. So we're bookending it here.
We opened with it. Why the hell not?
That's right. Why not? The kids are in bed. You know what, man? Wow. This was a really insightful and enjoyable conversation. Yeah. And I really appreciate you coming on and chatting with us tonight.
Yeah, thank you, because it's important. People need to know they're not alone anymore. You don't have to be that quiet little mouse in the corner anymore.
That's right.
How important do you think this what we're doing here, social media, has been in the ability for people to get past their problems or what they're dealing with?
I think it's a building block. I really do. I think that, this it gives people an open door to be able to communicate and talk and to let other people and communicate with other people. You never know who's down there that this changed their life today. So that's what it's all about. Who you're reaching out to, who you're helping. That's what it should be about.
Love that.
Well, guys, this was fun. Everyone, thank you in chat for tuning in. Thank you to the Gen X chat. I might join the Gen X chat sometime. And
heck yeah, it's a good time. Come hang out. There's
be a part of the goodness.
There.
That's awesome.
Love that. That's right.
Next week, I'm sad to say, Rhonda's not going to be here. Rhonda's going to Florida. Going to Florida, but don't worry because I got a special guest.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm still. You going down to Florida, having a good time down there. But I've got a special guest host, Dana Marie Bulmer.
Dana Marie.
Yes. We're going to be talking to Haunts of Richmond on the big show Tuesday night, 9:00 p.m. streaming live on Facebook and YouTube, and I think Twitch too. And then Thursday night we'll be back here, and Dana will be giving out free tarot card readings.
Yep.
Free general readings, first come, first serve. So all the people in the Gen X chat, come get your tarot card read. We're giving it away for free. We're just giving it away. We're crazy like that.
Excellent. Yep.
We are. So we need you guys to come back. And then we'll be back. Then Rhonda will be back with us Sunday night for the Freakin Awesome playlist. Yep. Same freaking awesome time.
Same freaking awesome show.
All right, everyone, say good luck, Rhonda. And we'll see you.
Have so much fun.
It's going to be awesome.